Welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of Hank Janson, Undercover, A Visual History, Stephen James Walker. And this book's 250 pages, lovely hardback from Telos, apparently a company in Canterbury. And it's full of covers of Hank Janson. And wow, brilliant covers all the way through, full of colour. And it's just, I loved it, absolutely loved it. Over 8 million sales, you've got there, read, so you've even got enough adverts as well. This book came out in 2021 and dedicated to Steve Holland. Many of the covers are from Steve Holland. I love Steve Holland's books. Absolutely brilliant. Really worth checking out. Done loads of brilliant, like war ones, just collections of forgotten authors as well. Love those books. Really worth checking out. So there's the contents. You can see the classic era. Then you've got cover reissues. You've got various compact reissues, and so North American foreign language. A lot. You get everything in here. Lovely introduction, and obviously a great picture there of the author, Stephen D. Francis, not Hank Janson. However, I suppose Hank Janson somehow sounds just far more dynamic. This woman is death. Now you've got quite a lot of these massive, brilliant full-page covers. I love those ones. Now, image courtesy of Steve Holland. Some, of course, probably are in other books. I don't know, because I've got Reginald Heed. I assume that's how he said, or Head, or I'm not certain. So some of those covers might be appearing in that as well. There's 2 books. And this is Lilies for My Lovely. And you've got here 12th edition, 2 shillings. And so on. So Sleigh Ride for Cutie. You've also got some lovely illustrations as well. Some of these brilliant ones here. So that's really good. Death wore a petticoat. Frails can be so tough. I'm not certain what that means. However, Milady took the rap. Killer, I mean, just the titles are just great for the first thing. The Dead Guy, Hank Janson. And you got, again, some more brilliant. Now, they would be superb in comic books, some of these. And there was apparently a comic book, and it actually features the comic book. And it's also lots and lots of brilliant examples of Hank Janson says, "You enjoyed reading Jill Brewer?" And all these ones, I remember quite a few of these ones. Silhouette cover reissues, seen those. Gunsmoke in Her Eyes. These ones are brilliant as well. I love that red and yellow stripe. They Die Alone. Crime Comics album. And it says here 1950s. I have never seen it. I mean, it's, you know, the artwork looks pretty dire, but still, all tramps are trouble. Slaves for, and there's just page. However, heartache, but just great, these covers. The covers more than the book. Actually, no, the stories are really quite good. Ones I have read, they were actually quite decent. They go along at a pace. They are very well written. And, yeah, but they are obviously jazz jungle. I love that. Genius, louse, rapist, and 4 people wanted him dead. Oh. Murder blues. Yeah, you know what you're going to get when you get books like those sort of titles. Backlash of Infamy. Same Black Summer Day, Hilary Brand. All right, so it's just got lots of just this covers all the way. North American editions as well, foreign language editions, and so on. This book is just a joy. I love all these sort of cover books, and this one has really done a great job covering everything. Now, of course, there's lots of small covers. They're not all huge covers, but like I say, you've got the front bit where you've got some very large ones, but most are probably about 4 per page, which is reasonable. I think that 4 per page is quite decent. You've got 4 per page here, and you can flick through this. Occasionally, the 1 per page, 1 on a page, but it's just great. I love this, and any of these sort of books, as soon as I see them listed, I love. It's just one I've just reviewed, Paperback Fanatic, very similar sort of thing with all the book covers, and this one is just a joy from start to finish. Very, very informative. Now, the only pity, I suppose, often is that compared with the Paperback Fanatic, where it puts a little synopsis, there's no synopsis. And it'd be great to have a little synopsis. Not saying it needs a massive synopsis. Maybe on, not here, but in the back, a book of all the synopsis of all these stories. Because, of course, it's great. I mean, you've got here, Brazen Seductress. They were all gorgeous hellraisers, but they took up, etc., etc. You know, a lot of Hank Janson's time. interesting. Near enough making him sound like he's the character, the way that sort of says. Well, maybe he is. But it would be great to actually have the synopsis as well, because I love those sort of books. It's great because the likelihood is you're never going to find these books. I mean, there's just like literally thousands and thousands of books out. There's only so many hours in the day to read so many books. So it's nice to actually have synopsis where you think, you know what, that one would be brilliant. I must get a copy of that. And then others you might just think, well, that doesn't sound very good. But this is just a joy. I mean, the covers are great. I love, and also the blurbs. The blurbs are great. You could bring a book of blurbs out. I expect people have. There must be books of blurbs, because some of the blurbs are just great. Not actually, after a period of time, they seem to, some didn't have that sort of blurb. Maybe it was on the back, probably on the back. But on the front cover, some had it, and then they went for photo ones. Personally, I preferred the illustrations. I'm not really, the covers are okay with the photos. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. But somehow I think that the illustrated ones are always just the best. The ones where it's just slightly like a rough sketch or something, more evocative of the period maybe. But this is just great. This one's obviously Italy there. You've got Italy, you've got no idea where, that's probably Denmark or something, or Sweden, or Norway. I was near. But it's just brilliant. You can see the different styles of the way they sell the books in different countries as well, which is quite fascinating. But this is great. I love it. And like I say, it's got a brilliant introduction. Scarred Faces by Hank Janson. I wonder if that was the first. Oh, second Hank Janson title. Another thrilling gangster story by the author when dames get tough. I don't know if that's... oh, it's on that. Got that. That's there as well. So there's a lot in this book. This book, really worth checking out, from Telos. So, telos.co.uk. You should be able to get it. I think well, it's available on Amazon, so I'm assuming that it's still readily available. Obviously, I don't know when you're watching this video, so it's possible it's not available anymore. But at the moment, it should be readily available. So I would definitely recommend. And also checking out their other books, because they've got, like I say, quite a few other illustration books of covers that are just worth seeing, and they're just great. Not all super cheap, I must admit, but this one it wasn't too expensive, but some are like a bit more expensive than that. But a lot of research is put in, a lot of effort's put in, so you can understand the reason for that. And but I love them. Just love these things. Absolutely brilliant. Totally recommended.